Yes guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. We're going to head up to EcoMax Tuning today where we're getting a brand new custom valved exhaust fitted on a 540i and we're going to make it sound insane. Also, I'm sorry if the audio doesn't sound very good. I'm literally parked on top of a motorway right now to start this video. So in terms of current exhaust setup on a 540i, I've got a high flow downpipe which leads down into a muffler delete. Don't get me wrong, the 540i sounds really good as it is right now, but it can sound a lot better. One thing that I really don't like at the moment with the current exhaust setup is the actual drone that I'm getting from it. It literally drones 24/7 no matter what RPM you're in, and it can get a little bit annoying, especially in the mornings when you're commuting to work or late at nights when you're tired. It's just not a nice thing to have. Right, that's enough talking. Let's head up to EcoMax Tuning and get this exhaust sorted. But before we go, let's get a really quick B-roll of the car because it's looking sick right now. We're on our way to EcoMax Tuning right now. We've been driving for around 40 minutes or so. We've got 53 minutes left of the drive. We've been averaging around 35.2 miles to the gallon, which is sick for a stage 2 540i. It's just like mad to me. The B58 is just something different. I don't know how a 3-litre car can achieve such good fuel efficiency. Like, I don't know. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in just a second at EcoMax Tuning. We're at EcoMax Tuning right now. We're just in the waiting room playing a little bit of Xbox. I'm waiting for the car to be taken onto the ramp, and then once it's on the ramp, the old system's going to come off and then we're going to put the new system on. So here in my hand I've got the new muffler that's going to go on the back of the exhaust. So this is going to be replacing the muffler delete that I've got on the car. As you can see, it's a valved exhaust, and when the valves are open, it's literally going to be a straight through coming out of the downpipe and then coming out of this. We're also going to get rid of the resonator in the car, which is going to make it sound extra nice. It's getting an arm pump. And the resonator delete paired up with this muffler is going to sound so good. I can't wait for the result. Right, so this is what we've got going on at the moment. This is my old exhaust setup. So here we've got my muffler delete. So this back box delete is coming out and being replaced by this valve muffler over here. And then working our way down again, this resonator is coming out, and then we're just going to basically put a straight pipe in it for it. Never really stood underneath my car, but I'm really excited to see how this is going to sound. It should sound good, hopefully, but we'll see in a few hours. It's only going to be a few seconds for you. So looking at the exhaust, it's a 2.5 inch coming from a 3 inch, and I think even by the tips it goes into like 2 inch, which is really bad. Just creates a lot of back pressure, especially with the high flow downpipes. It's not good, but we're putting a 3-inch system and that should free up a lot of air, and it's just going to sound so sick. Got a little problem with one of the exhaust tips here. Look, you can see how much it's wobbling. I've only just had these replaced. I had similar ones about 4 months ago that were doing the exact same wobble, and now they're wobbling again. So I'm hoping we can get underneath there and just tighten them up so it's not as loose, because when the exhaust is revving, you can hear the actual rattle. It sounds quite bad. Currently got no exhaust on a 540. It's literally goes all the way down to the downpipe, and from the downpipe there's just nothing. We've taken out the rest of the exhaust just to be able to fit the new resonator delete on. So we've just got to do the resonator delete and then fit the rest of the exhaust system on and fit the back box on, connect the valves, and then the exhaust is finished. So here we've got one of the valves that's sitting in my exhaust system, and you can see here is where the vacuum basically goes through, and then the vacuum just opens and shuts the valve. You can see how tough these valves are. The quality of them is so good, and there's literally no gap around the edges. They're literally completely tight shut. Yeah, good stuff. I just want to quickly explain how the actual valve system works. So it connects to a little valve box in the boot, which creates a vacuum seal. There's lines running from the box down through the boot lining, and it goes and connects to the actual valves on the muffler, and they can be open and shut using a little remote control. We're about halfway through the process. We've got the muffler fitted on the car. We've got some welding going on. We've probably got another hour or two. We've still got to connect our vacuum seal in the boot to make the valves work, and then after that the exhaust will basically be done. So stick around because the reveal's coming very soon and you're going to love the sound, trust me. Let's move into a quick B-roll of the exhaust work, and then after that you're going to see the exhaust in full action. we've dropped the car down, and the next job is to connect the vacuum lines from the box that's going to be sitting here. So there's going to be a vacuum box here, and we're going to be putting the vacuum lines from in here, and then they're going to drop down to the exhaust, and then they're going to connect together. Sorry about the car off there. Got a little bit late into the evening, and I kind of forgot to film the reveal video. But we're going to go through a whole section now showing you the whole exhaust setup, everything that comes along with it. I'll show you the remote where you can open and close the valves. But anyway, let's stop the talking and I'll show you how the exhaust sounds. Right, so first we're going to do a few revs with the valves shut and then a few revs with the valves open, so you guys can see the difference between the two. The difference is actually insane. The sound is so loud with the valves open and it's so quiet with the valves shut. It's actually so surprising. But let me set you guys down and we'll get a few exhaust revs. Lovely. Yes, boy, got a smoky one today. Jesus. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I personally love the sound of the exhaust, and you literally get the best of both worlds because you can open and shut the exhaust whenever you want. The drone inside the cabin has completely gone as well now. Even with the valves fully open when I'm driving with high revs, there's literally no drone inside the cabin, which is really, really good. Before, with the muffler delete, it used to be very loud and you could hear it in your ears, and so after a while it'd get a little bit annoying. But now it's just gone. I don't know how, because it's basically a straight pipe once the valves are open. But I think with the back box in it, it still muffles the sound a little bit. We also got some brand new tips put on the car as well. As you know, the other tips were basically like rattling all the time, and we got these ones. It's got like a nice little carbon finish. They're all blacked out, which kind of completes the look on the back of the car. I really love them. Oh yeah, and one more thing I forgot to show you guys is the actual remote that comes with the exhaust. So you've got like an on and off button, and this remote basically controls your valve. So you can open it with the on button and you can shut it with the off button. So let me turn the camera around and I'll show you a few examples. You've already seen how the exhaust sounds at high revs with the valves open and shut, but let me show you at idle. So this is with the valves open. You can see that it's quite loud idle. And then if I shut it, the sound literally completely goes. How cool is that? Listen. Honestly, this exhaust is a game changer. I just want to do a better explanation on how the actual exhaust valves work. So in here under my boot lining, I have a little control module that basically controls the vacuum down to the muffler. So they're connected with like little vacuum lines, and then the little control box connects to this remote, and then obviously I can open and shut the valves with it. It's a really simple setup the way it works, and the guys literally took about 10 minutes to connect the vacuum lines. And it's so much better having a vacuum box rather than it being electronically controlled, because the oh my god, I can't talk today. The electronically controlled valves can actually break after a while, but these vacuum ones are really, really tough. Right, so there's just one more thing I want to do before we end off this video. So what I'm going to do now is put this camera inside my car and get like a good angle, and I'm going to tape this mic on my car so we can get some really good exhaust sounds. I'll show you the setup in a second, hold on. So what we're going to do, the mic's going to be taped right here, and it's going to get some really good sound of the exhaust as we're driving. I've done this setup before with my old exhaust, and it should sound even better with this setup, so let's get going. Right guys, this marks the end of the video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of the exhaust, because I love it. Honestly, it sounds so good compared to my old exhaust. And I just want to say huge shout out to EcoMax Tuning for providing this exhaust and installing it. If you guys are interested in a similar setup, make sure to give them a shout. I'll also add their website link in the description where you can find their website and their contact details. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, comment, subscribe, share, do everything, because I really love making these videos. And if I'm going to get positive feedback, I'll continue to make more and more. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one.